Unsolved. The JonBenet Ramsey case. Bad actor.
Started in the basement, and we're just looking, and we have one room in the basement that when I open the door, there are no windows in that room, and I turn the light on, and
This is just a brief video about how things change over time and what you think of what is said in these next two clips. And it supports a little theory that I have that JonBenet might have been injured or killed because Patsy and JonBenet decided that they were not going to go to Charlevoix the next day. And then John was going to have to cancel the trip, call the pilot and tell them that they weren't going. So see what you think. I spoke with Mr. and Mrs. Ramsey while Bert continued to sleep. Miss Ramsey told me that she had gone into JonBenet's room at about 5:45 a.m. to wake her in preparation for a short trip the family was to take later that day. A short trip? They were flying to Charlevoix. Later that day, they were supposed to be at the airport before 7 a.m.
I couldn't read the whole thing. I just gotten up. It was the day after Christmas, and we were going to go visiting.
I'm thinking that there was a lot of stress and anger about having to go to Charlevoix for a second Christmas for John Ramsey's older children. That Patsy didn't want to go, and John wanted to go, and that anger ended up getting directed at JonBenet. The agents noted that of the more than 1,700 murdered children they had studied since the 1960s, there was only one case in which the victim was a female under the age of 12 who had been murdered in her home by strangulation with sexual assault and a ransom note present, and that was JonBenet Ramsey. They told us that while it might be possible that someone broke into the house that night, it wasn't very probable. The staging, evidence, and totality of the case pointed in one direction, that this was not the act of an intruder. Well, that ends this episode of Unsolved, and there'll be another video regarding the JonBenet case today or tomorrow.